Morfydd Clark stars in the new series The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, as Galadriel, an Elven warrior who wishes to stop the evil returning to the fantasy world of Middle-earth. The series, one of the most expensive ever made, will arrive on Amazon's Prime Video on Friday, September 2, with new episodes based on the appendices of the original J.R.R. Tolkien novels airing weekly. Clark said her role as Galadriel gave her the opportunity to explore stunts that show off the power of her character behind the backdrop of a historically male-dominated society.
I mean, gender just isn't the same in Middle-earth, in that I'm playing a character who could physically take down any man around her. And that was really interesting to kind of try to embody someone with a huge amount of physical strength. Whereas I think previously lots of the characters I've played, and I've loved playing them, the fragility of their bodies has been quite a big part of it. So it was a big kind of challenge and had a lot of growth in it as an actor and as a woman. I, as someone who loves the films, loves the books, for my character, Galadriel, we're seeing her become who we know her to be. And that was really fascinating because she's really got her stuff together by the time we see her in Lord of the Rings. And so it was interesting to kind of imagine her all over the place and how she got there.
Co-executive producer Patrick McKay said Tolkien has had some of the greatest female characters in literature, and Galadriel was one of the first characters the creators thought about for the new story.
I would say, we didn't feel like it was added. We felt like it was maybe truer to the books, hopefully. Tolkien writes some of the greatest female characters in literature. And, Galadriel was one of the first characters we thought about for this story because, we're set thousands of years before Frodo's adventures, but she's still alive. She's younger, but she's still an immortal. And so, imagining what her world was like and what she might have been struggling with from clues throughout the text was really a joy. No, Jeff Bezos is a huge fan. And his passion for Tolkien's work and these novels and this material and this world is the reason we're all here. And but really sort of kept his distance and was supportive in all the right ways, and we're enormously grateful for it.
Tristan Gravel shared the same sentiment and said he doesn't think there's any more badass on this earth than a woman.
And I think as well, I don't think there's nobody more badass on this earth than a woman. Like my mother gave birth to me, held down a job, and brought me up. That's pretty rock and roll, to be quite honest. And to see that on screen, to see Morfydd take names and numbers like she does is incredible, and I think rightfully so.
The show is set during the Second Age of Middle-earth, thousands of years prior to The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings films.
One of the things he wrote that I don't think you mentioned
was
that he wrote that they were browner of skin. So that was a really good example of going back to the books and actually finding that there was more inclusion there than perhaps exists in the popular mind of what this property should look like. But it was really exciting to discover.
Yeah, and really exciting to be able to bring that to the world, because I think Middle-earth has a lot of people that in our world who love it, but hopefully this will just be something that will be really for everyone.
It's just about being more representative of the world that we live in. I think just including inclusivity in all of its forms to ensure that people can see themselves in these roles and in these realms. The idea that a kid will be able to see themselves in a role and then go to a playground and reenact scenes because they've seen themselves on screen, that's exciting.
All the things at once. It needed to have locations and sweeping action and characters who aren't human, which require prosthetics, and some characters that need to appear smaller than others and others that are taller, So there are a bunch of unique properties that are really inherent to the books. And I think and hope that viewers will see that all the money is on the screen.
The series follows both new and seasoned characters as they face the re-emergence of evil in Middle-earth and carve out legacies that will last lifetimes.